On my birthday, my parents sent me a gift box. My husband looked at it and said, "Don't open it." I asked, "Why? Can't you see it?" I looked closer and froze. I didn't open it. I did something else instead. 30 minutes later, police were at the door. I'm not a big birthday person. I don't throw parties. I don't post dramatic selfies with 35 and thriving. Honestly, I forget it's my birthday until my husband Marcus buys me a chocolate croissant and makes a dumb joke about being married to a wise woman. That's enough celebration for me. So when my phone rang the day before my birthday and my mom was on the line sounding like someone had injected honey directly into her vocal cords, I already knew something was off. "Oh, sweetheart, we sent you a little surprise. It should arrive right on time." Right on time. Like my parents had ever been on time for anything that didn't involve my sister. So I played along. "Oh, okay. Thanks." She giggled. My mom doesn't giggle. "It's nothing big," she said. "Just a token of our love." That's the moment I should have known. Not because of what she said, but because she said love and didn't immediately follow it with a reminder that I'm too dramatic. But you want to believe, you know? Even after 35 years of crumbs, even when you've trained yourself not to expect anything. A stupid part of me went, maybe it's real. Maybe they're trying. They weren't. Anyway, it's my birthday. Marcus makes me blueberry pancakes and lets me drink coffee in bed while he handles a conference call in the other room. It's peaceful, comfortable, and then the doorbell rings. A medium-sized cardboard box is sitting on the mat. No ribbon, no gift tag, no glittery happy birthday balloon, just a box. Plain brown, printed label, taped like it was packed by a machine. Marcus picks it up, carries it into the kitchen, sets it down. Then he stares at it like it might sprout wings and fly away. "That's from my parents," I say. He doesn't say anything. "Mom called yesterday, said they were sending me a gift." Still nothing. "Then don't open it." I laugh. "Why? You think it's cursed?" Marcus doesn't laugh. He nods at the label. So I look. Really look. No handwriting anywhere. Not on the label, not inside the seams, just a printed shipping tag with my name and address. The return address? A P.O. box, not their street, not even their city in Connecticut. I start to feel a little cold. Marcus steps closer and taps the edge of the box with one finger. "There," he says. "Do you see it?" I lean in. My heart trips. Then it stumbles. Everything inside me goes still. Not fear exactly. Not yet. Just dread with a familiar face. I don't say a word. Neither does Marcus. He just steps back again, fully, quietly. That's when my phone rings again. It's my mother. Marcus looks at the screen. I look at him. I swipe to answer and hit speaker. "Sweetie, did it arrive?" I pause. Marcus doesn't move. My thumb hovers over the end call button, but I don't press it. "Yeah," I say. "It came." "Did you open it?" I glance at the box. "Yeah," I lie. "I opened it. It's beautiful. Thank you." "Oh, sweetheart. We just wanted to remind you how much we love you. You're our girl. Don't ever forget that." My stomach drops. Because my mom has never said that. Not when I graduated from Northwestern. Not when I got married. Not when I cried on her couch after a miscarriage 3 years ago. Marcus looks at me. I shake my head slightly. "Well," she says, all sing-songy, "we just thought you deserve something nice. You're so strong. You always have been." Then she hangs up. I don't say anything for a while. Neither does Marcus. The box sits between us like it's watching. "I hate how nice she was," I say finally. "I know," Marcus says. "She only calls me sweetie when she's about to lie." "I know." And they never send gifts, not even at Christmas. Remember that one time they gave my sister Brittany a Peloton and me a scented candle from CVS? Marcus laughs. "I think the candle was used. I think it was expired." We stand there a while longer. I want to throw the box out the window, but also set it on fire, which is sort of contradictory, but so is my family. Eventually, I sit down. Marcus makes chamomile tea. The box stays on the counter. We don't open it. We don't even touch it again. It just sits there taking up space, saying nothing, saying everything. But I knew what this was. The packaging wasn't just familiar. It was identical to boxes I'd seen before, stacked in my sister's apartment like inventory. Same supplier, same logo, same smell like fresh cardboard and industrial tape. To understand how we got here, you need to understand my life, or at least you need to understand Brittany. Brittany is my younger sister. Younger by 3 years, but lighter by about 1,000 emotional pounds. If I'm duty, she's delight. If I'm the one who remembers everyone's birthdays, Brittany is the one who just can't deal with that kind of pressure right now. She was the golden child. Not in a sparkly overachieving way. More like in a let's not make her upset kind of way. She cried easily. That was her power. I didn't. That was my mistake. I think I was 9 the first time I took the blame for something I didn't do. We had this hideous vase in the hallway. Dark blue ceramic, probably worth $15, but treated like the crown jewel of the family estate. One day it shattered. Loud crash, big mess. Brittany was standing over it, bottom lip trembling like a cartoon character. I remember walking into the hallway and just knowing what was about to happen, like a reflex. When Mom showed up and started yelling, Brittany pointed at me. Clara did it, just like that. No warm-up, no eye contact, just betrayal. Clean and cold. I hadn't touched the stupid thing. I hadn't even walked past it. But I said nothing because I was older. Because she was crying. Because I knew how this movie ended. Mom looked at me like I was a disappointing puzzle she couldn't put back in the box. Well, you're the big sister. You should have been watching her. I got sent to my room. Brittany got ice cream, and that was that. Another time, I think I was 13, Brittany borrowed my favorite sweater, wore it to school, got paint on it during some creative moment in art class, and then blamed me for not telling her it was special. Mom just nodded like that made sense. Why didn't you hide it better, Clara? You know she's still learning boundaries. That sweater had been a gift from my grandmother. Brittany never apologized. She said I overreacted. Then she cried. Then she got ice cream. And I learned again, truth doesn't get you comfort. Tears do. By the time we were adults, we weren't so much sisters as two people who grew up in the same house and tried to keep the peace whenever our parents were in earshot. Brittany didn't go to college. She did a yoga certification, sold essential oils for 3 months, made a spiritual art Instagram that was actually just reposted Etsy screenshots and photos of her holding coffee mugs on beaches in Malibu. Somehow, none of it ever failed. It just evolved. That's what my parents said. She's finding her way. She's got such a creative soul. Not everyone fits the mold, Clara. Which is hilarious because I never wanted Brittany to fit the mold. I just wanted her to pay back the $800 she borrowed to launch her failed bath bomb line. But I didn't say that. I just watched from a safe emotional distance as she failed upwards with my parents cheering in the background. About a year ago, I got a call from Mom. She wanted to take me to lunch. Just me. I asked. She said it like a treat, like I should be grateful. We met at this farm-to-table place in downtown Denver she always pretended to love but secretly called overpriced. Brittany was already there, sipping a kale smoothie and looking like a discount lifestyle blogger. They were friendly. Too friendly. We ordered. Small talk. Then Brittany hit me with it. So, I was wondering, would it be okay if I used your name and address for something? Just for a business account, for this little art thing I'm working on. It's not shady or anything. It's just easier because I'm kind of between leases and you're so stable. That word. Stable. It always meant the same thing. Boring, predictable, easy to pin things on. Mom jumped in. We just thought it made sense. You're good with paperwork and it's just temporary, really. I didn't get angry. I didn't even hesitate that long. I just said no. Calm, quiet, absolute. Brittany blinked. She smiled too quickly. Hey, well, that's okay. Lunch ended early. After that, the freeze-out started. Not dramatic, just gradual. Colder, drier. The Christmas invite got lost. My dad sent a passive-aggressive email about not supporting family projects. Brittany unfollowed me on Instagram. I told myself I didn't care, but I did. I think a part of me thought they'd come back around, that they'd respect the boundary, that saying no wouldn't make me the villain. Instead, they just moved on without me. Which was honestly fine. Quiet is better than chaos. When that box landed on my doorstep on my birthday of all days, something in me knew. This wasn't random. They weren't being kind. They were being careful. It wasn't just the label. It was everything: the font, the plastic wrap, the barcode alignment, the kind of details you only notice when you've seen them up close before. And I had. A year ago, we'd stopped by Brittany's apartment in Boulder, me and Marcus, to return some dishes. She was knee-deep in packing peanuts and calling it inventory. Her hallway looked like a warehouse. Boxes everywhere. They felt the same way. Same logo, same gloss, same smell like varnish and melting glue. She'd laughed when I picked one up and told me to put it down. The supplier is strict, she said. They track who opens what. Not careful, not expensive, strict. And now that same supplier had sent a box to me directly, with my name on it. Not repackaged, not recycled. A new label, new seal, new box from them to me. Marcus didn't say anything else. He didn't have to. This wasn't a gift they sent using an old box. This was a shipment, a deliberate one, the kind Brittany never lets anyone else touch. After I saw the packaging, I already knew. Then came the call. My mother, syrupy and soft, asking if I'd received our little gift. I told her yes. Told her I opened it. Told her it was beautiful. I hadn't. Marcus stood next to me in the kitchen, arms crossed. I picked up my phone, tapped record, and set it on the counter beside me. Not out of instinct, not out of paranoia. Because I'd already seen the box. Because I knew what this was. They weren't sending me a gift. They were sending me a problem with my name already printed on it. The knock came less than half an hour later. I opened the door to a uniformed officer, polite and expressionless in that practiced way. "Are you Clara Mitchell?" I nodded. "We received a report regarding a suspicious package delivered to this address. Would you mind if we came in and had a look?" Marcus stepped into view behind me. I opened the door wider. "Sure," I said. The box was still on the counter, unopened. Same taped edges, same weight I hadn't been able to shake since it arrived. I gestured toward it. "That's the one," I said. The officer walked over, looked it over like it might move. His partner stood just behind, eyes scanning the kitchen like we might have a warehouse tucked under the breakfast nook. "It was addressed to you?" he asked. "Yep. Birthday present from my parents." "You've opened it?" "No." He nodded once. "Would you mind if we opened it?" "Go ahead." They were methodical. Gloves, box cutters, everything by protocol. The flap peeled back with a dry sound. Inside, bubble wrap, decorative pieces, the kind of soulless things people overpay for when they want to look cultured. A few little figurines, a certificate of authenticity, and a shipping slip with my name, of course. One officer scanned a QR code on the bottom of a piece. He glanced at his partner. They exchanged a look I couldn't quite read. "Do you know what these are?" the first one asked. "I mean, they look like art, kind of," I said. "Do you know where they came from?" I shook my head. "I told you, my parents sent it to me as a gift." "Do you have proof of that?" I picked up my phone and played the recording. My mother's voice came through, bright and hollow. "Did you get our little gift? We just wanted to show you how much we love you. You're our girl." I stopped it there. It was enough. The officer nodded. "We're going to take this with us. You're not being charged at this time, but this shipment matches materials in an active investigation." I gave a tight smile. "No problem." They boxed it back up like it was a biohazard, thanked me again, and walked out the front door with Marcus trailing behind them. I sat down at the kitchen table. My coffee was still warm. That felt offensive somehow, like the universe was trying to suggest everything was normal. 3 hours later, my phone rang again. I didn't check the number. Didn't need to. I answered. My mother's voice was no longer soft. "How could you?" I didn't respond. "You told the police it was Brittany's." "I told them who sent the package." "I said you did." "You know what this means for her," my mother continued. "Yes, I do." "You could have kept your mouth shut. You could have said it was a mistake. You called me. You checked to make sure it arrived, and then you tipped them off. We didn't have a choice." You always have a choice. If they found it at your place, it would have ended there. Quiet, contained. No one else gets hurt. So you sent stolen goods to my house in my name and hoped I'd be dumb enough to open them. Silence. Then my father's voice came in, low, measured. We thought they'd seize the items and move on. We didn't think they'd trace it back this far. But you thought they'd trace it to me. Clara, you're stronger. You've always been stronger. He used my name. You used my house. Brittany's not built for this. And I am. You don't have kids. You'd bounce back. There it was. The excuse. That was always the reason. You've always been the cold one, my mother said. And now look what you've done. I didn't answer. I ended the call. Marcus came back into the room, a cup of tea in each hand. He sat one down in front of me and didn't ask anything. I looked at the counter. The space where the box had been felt like a scar. They really thought I'd open it, I said. Marcus sat down across from me. They really did, he said. And that was all there was to say. A week later, the detective called. Brittany's name appeared on multiple business documents with my forged signature. My old address listed as the official return center. A digital trail pointing back to her devices. I'd technically been listed as a silent partner for over a year. The charges came swift: wire fraud, identity theft, business fraud, import-export violations. Brittany pled out. 2 years probation, fines the size of a new Honda. My parents got conspiracy charges, aiding and abetting. They pled guilty too. I didn't go to the hearing. I didn't need to see Brittany cry in a beige cardigan while my mother squeezed her hand like she was the one on trial for being a misunderstood genius. They asked to meet afterward. A peace talk over burnt coffee. They picked a cafe near the courthouse in downtown Denver. I showed up 10 minutes late and ordered the most overpriced pastry on the menu just to make a point. We didn't know she used your name, my mother said. You didn't ask either. We thought it was just temporary. She also said I'd open the package. Remember? Turns out she says a lot of things. You've always been stronger, Clara. You don't have kids. You don't have anyone relying on you. We thought you'd be able to recover. There it was. The justification, polished, practiced. You offered me up because no one else depends on me. Because you decided my life was easier to lose. That's not what we meant. No, that's exactly what you meant. I wasn't even angry anymore. Just done. I stood up. My coffee was still half full. I didn't take it with me. I hope you both enjoy your community service. Maybe you'll finally learn what real work looks like. That night, I blocked them. Deleted every contact, cleared every backup, removed their names from everything. Gone. Not out of spite. Out of necessity. The next morning, Marcus brought me coffee. We sat in the kitchen, quiet sunlight pouring in like it belonged to us. You okay? He asked. I sipped. I'm done. He didn't ask with what. He didn't need to.